Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be going over some routine maintenance that I do on my lawn tractor. Even though this is a Craftsman, it's got a Briggs Stratton engine in it, everything I'm going to show you really does apply to every type of lawn tractor out there. So today I'm going to be replacing spark plugs. I've got oil filter, air filter, fuel filter, and then engine oil. And I'm going to be replacing the blades as well today. And this takes 2 blades. I use this book. It's the book that came with it, and you can see all my notes from the day that I bought it, which was back in 2009, and you can see all the dates and intervals and everything that I changed on it. I'm actually really not that meticulous, but when it comes to the tractor, I am, and probably don't need to tell you guys, but certainly routine maintenance on any type of small engine is going to make it last forever. So I'm going on what, 12 years, 13, this is the 13th summer coming up. It still runs like a top, and a lot of that has to do with the routine maintenance and staying on schedule. So in your operator's manual, and of course you can find this online too, it's going to have a maintenance chart in here. But really where the maintenance comes in, like I said, was every 25 hours, every 50, every 100. White socks, you're interrupting. So we're going to change the spark plugs, and we're going to replace the air filter. Anyway, it's all in here. So every tractor comes with an hour meter. And this one has the same. So you can see that little display right there. I'm going to turn the key on, and it's really hard to read, but it's got 801 hours on it, and it's saying change oil. Okay, so on the inside of the engine compartment, or the hood, there is a list of all the parts, you know, the standard stuff. So everything from the blades down to the drive belt, mower belt, air filter, pre-cleaner, spark plug, oil filter, fuel filter, keys, the battery, oil capacity, and then even down on the bottom, you know, bagger information, mulch kit, snow blade, snow thrower, wheel weights, tire chains, etc. So that's always here. Of course, you can refer to the operator's manual as well. All right, so the first thing I'm going to change is the oil. I'm going to open the hood. We're going to locate the, this is the oil fill and dipstick area right here. So we're going to fill it through that, and then this is the drain for the oil itself. You want to get one of these oil containers. So here's the drain here. I do prop this up. I've been doing this forever, so I kind of have a spot where to put it. I'm just going to pull this down, and again, depending on your lawnmower, it could be a little bit different. Just going to pop the top off here, and you can see the oil draining out. Take the top off here just to get a little better airflow. Just pop that real quick. I'm going to take the dipstick out while this is draining. You can see I'm using this little mallet to hold this down, so I don't have to stand here and hold it. Still draining. It's been a couple of minutes, but I'm just going to clean up the dipstick, especially with all the dust and everything when I get fresh oil in here. And I put this back. I don't want obviously any dust going into the engine itself. Just going to wipe this off, wipe away, and just put back in there for now. Okay, so the oil's all drained out. It's been about 10 minutes or so. It doesn't take that long, but I do like to try and get it all out. I'm gonna put the cap back on. I'm gonna fasten the drain back to where it should go. This is loose here, so now I'm going to go on to the other side of the lawnmower and take out the oil filter. So this can get a little bit messy, so I'm going to slide the oil drain pan just underneath the lawnmower there, just to catch anything that might come down. So this is generally just hand tightened when you put it on, so it shouldn't be very difficult to take off. You can see that's pretty simple, and I'll do it really fast because it will drain some oil. And I'll just throw that upside down there. Leave this shop towel to soak up some of that oil. Then I'm just going to come in here and clean up this area. In particular, it's pretty dusty around the seat of this oil filter. I want to make sure that's nice and clean, so when I get the new one on, the gasket sits nice and flush. Again, Briggs & Stratton, the Briggs & Stratton motor. Take that out. I'm going to take a little bit of oil, and I like to just kind of rub it on this gasket here. And now I'm going to go back in, spin that on, and again, it's just hand tighten. Don't need any wrenches or anything like that. So now I'll go back around and I'll put in 64 ounces of oil. So next up is the air filter, super vital to the engine's health. Really simple to do. Just going to simply unscrew these. Top lifts right off, and really easy to pull out. Pull back towards the driver and pull it out. So super dusty. I mean, you can see it, and I'm not even hitting it really that hard. So that's the new one, that's the old one. Big difference. Engine's gonna run way better. It's gonna work harder or less, and it's also gonna stay cooler. So same thing, just put it in here, pop it down. Go. Put the top back on and you're done. That literally takes about 20 seconds. Can absolutely save your engine. Okay, next up is the spark plugs. There's one on each side. I'm just gonna take this spark plug wire off, get that out of the way. Here's the spark plug here. I'm gonna use a standard spark plug ratchet wrench. I just like to kind of break the seal, and I don't even really use the wrench that much. And then I'll just pull this out and twist it out here. Pull that out. Brand new piece here. Now I do use what's called anti-seize, and if you don't have this, it's okay. These spark plugs don't get so hot, and they get changed often enough to where they shouldn't seize up inside the engine. But basically this is a little bit of a I don't know, spark plug grease, you might want to call it. This grease here will allow you to get the spark plug out without it kind of fusing inside. So I'll drop the spark plug back in here, find the hole there, just hand tighten until I feel it hit the bottom like that. Take my wrench, socket, and just do a firm, a little bit firm, not too tight. I'll leave that off for now, and we'll go on to the other side. And the reason I'm not putting the wire back on is because I'm going to be lifting up the tractor so I can replace the blades underneath. Obviously this is a safety thing, so if I don't connect these, the blades can't actually accidentally start. It is like 1 in a million that they would actually start somehow, but this I know is impossible to start if it's not connected. Okay, so next up is a fuel filter. That's located right near the oil filter that we just replaced. So this is pretty simple. If I can find the wrench, here we go. So it's a hose in, hose out. This is the fuel filter itself. There's an arrow on here. I don't know if you can pick that up right there. So that's the fuel flow. The fuel does flow this way into the engine. Comes from the fuel tank, which is underneath the seat. So I'm going to be replacing it that way. Obviously, if I install the last one correctly, I could just see that this is how it's supposed to go in. The tricky part are the hose clamps here. Basically just take these, try and wiggle them down the hose itself. There we go. Same on the other side here. You will lose some fuel because there's fuel in here, but this is a barb fitting. Just going to take that off there. There we go. Okay. So there is fuel in the line, obviously, and you want to be pretty much ready to be able to swap this out as fast as possible. And there we go. I got the arrow going the right way. Fuel line's on. Now I just need to slide the clamps up. There we go. Fuel line done. The mower takes 2 blades, one there, one over there. So I've got this replacement for the Craftsman unit here, and it matches up. If you recall, I talked about looking at the blade model number inside here, and it's the first one on top there. If you take that part number, throw it into Amazon, come up with a few options. But this one is the best that I've found. It's a LawnRAZOR mower blade, 810. So it's got some dimensions there and things of that nature. The key here is that it's got this star fitting on it. And of course the length itself. So the new blade has a top and a bottom. It does matter. They all say right here, grass side. I think you can figure out what that means. And so it's got a star fitting. There's a star fitting up here. Just gonna double check length. Good. We'll head over to the other side.